Hey guys, just to let you know that this video is sponsored by Ant Keeping Depot. So before I get started, I would like to say I apologise for my upload schedule. Everything hasn't been too easy for me after losing a family member, but I will be trying to get back to more of a routine on the upload schedule. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a clean out on my shiny sugar ants. We're going to do a few different bits and bobs, give them some new soil, etc. And then we're going to do a update and have a closer look at their ants and how they've been getting on. So first of all, I'm just going ahead with the easiest part, which is just replacing the water and cotton bud in their external water feeder. Then simply I'm just going to start moving some of the larger pieces that you can get with a tweezer out, being gentle, trying to reduce vibrations as much as possible, but you know, that's only doable to a certain extent because it's quite a twitchy little enclosure that they're in. So once I got most of the big parts up, I wanted to loosen up the sand and then suck it out with a hoover. Quickly replace it, and as I mentioned on the install of this nest, static will attract the very small particles up onto the acrylic wall, as you can see that's happening here, the shading up on the glass. Static is actually drawing that up. It's just something you've got to like deal with. A slightly damp cloth, not properly wet, rubbed across it can reduce this and the impact visually quite a lot, but there's no getting away from it totally. It'll take a little bit while, but if you persevere and don't press hard, we don't want to scratch anything, you'll get to something just about manageable like this. Once you're here, we have replaced their soil. We're going to replace their sweet treat now. Until I get some micro bowls, I've just been using the easiest and cheapest method possible. A piece of cotton bud fully saturated in their nectar, as they're really fond of sugar, hence sugar ants. I like to give them a lot of sugar constantly, as well as a lot of food because of their growing. So now we've done that, I'm going to put some fruit flies in. So after everything's calmed down and quieted down and gone dark, and they've actually come out of being all jammed in one end of their test tube, they will actually hunt all them fruit flies down. So let's take a look at how the ants themselves have been getting on. Apart from making a mess, of course. So, they have been growing. If you want to pop back to the original video, you can see a before and after comparison if you switch between the two. But they have grown in about, I would say, about 15 workers. And things are progressing nicely, but slowly. But not too slow. I am really happy with their progress, and they still have quite a bit of growing room in their test tube, so there's no need to look for a nest change anytime soon. But I already have an idea of where these guys could move to. Once they outgrow one test tube, they could move on to a twin chest tube setup along these lines. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. As you can see, the queen is doing quite well and is really healthy and producing a lot of eggs, which is nice. They are heated, of course. These, in this particular setup, are being done by a heat cable at one end, the opposite end to the water. So they can move up and down depending on the temperature and humidity that they like. Now I continued rolling here even after I'd finished the segment, because I was watching this ant move this really large piece of soil. Or stone, I think it was soil though. And no matter how much I tried, I couldn't stop watching. I just wanted to see if all his efforts were going to be rewarded at the end. And yeah, he sort of does eventually manage it. But he went on for like that for an hour once he's out there. For an hour, and not a lot changed. And I had to just leave him to it. But it was just like that for about an hour now. It was quite amusing. After a while, I had to leave. My foot was going dead. But all in all, they are doing really well and they have plenty of growing room. So there's no nest swap coming up anytime soon. Now, I will have a new review video for you in a few days, more just to make up for the lack in uploads. I hope you enjoyed this quick update on my shiny sugar ants, and I hope to see you in my future updates soon. Thanks a lot.